HQTs. Now, just as expected, Prince Harry has asked Prince William to be the best man at his wedding. Here's the surprise, though. Harry dropped to one knee to pop the question, or so he says. He was probably kidding. Big Brav accepted the offer, of course, but there's only one best that matters in this game. Which of you will best the rest? Today, I'm Sharon Carpenter, your royal pain in the quizzer, and this is HQ Trivia, the show where if your game is supreme, you will reign supreme. The rules to play are simple. I'm going to ask you a series of questions from easy to hard. You've got 10 seconds to tap the answer. You get it correct, you move on. Answer all 12 right, and you win or you split the cash. Today we have a princely £550 up for grabs. You could buy a queenly corgi with that cash, commute to work and back in a horse and carriage for at least a week, or buy a whole bunch of silver spoons if you weren't born with one in your mouth. But before you bin the cash, you've got to win that cash. Here we go. Q1. In Snow White, who replies to the question, who is the fairest of them all? Smartphone, mirror, what? Sometimes you just don't want to know the real answer. We'd Google it now, but they didn't have smartphones back in Snow White's time. The Grimm brothers answered to Siri. It was a magic mirror on the wall. That's what it was, the mirror. Of course, 112,000 of you are the fairest of them all here on Q1. They didn't have a digital assistant, but those 7 dwarves must have had some banging Tinder profiles. That's for sure. Q2. Which of the following was a game show hosted by Bruce Forsyth? The Generation Game, The Generation Goal, The Generation Goats. What's the best generation? Here on Q2. It's hard to find a game show Brucey didn't host, so we had to make up the other ones. The conveyor belt purveyor itself is the Generation Game, of course. Generation Game for the win, 108,270. Afia, didn't you do well? Jim Davidson took over as host in 1995, but it just wasn't the same without that Brucey bonus. All right, it's shout-out time. We see you out there, players. I want to say hello to Reese from Eastbourne and Orbis Software playing right now. Hi to the coolest cat in the doghouse, to the BBC Apprentice engineers and the Sheffield Chemical Engineering boys as well. Lots of engineers playing today. Hello to Robbie and Straw, Sophie Friss, and the Timbers Massive too. Good luck to all of you players. Moving on to Q3. You ready? How did Britney Spears end her marriage to one of her husbands? By text, by post, by email? All of them seem a little cold-hearted to me. Not only did Britney dress like a schoolgirl, she also dumped dudes like one. A thumb felt good riddance. She ended her marriage to Kevin Federline by text message. Can you believe that? Ouch is all I can say to that. 73,196 of you still with us. 30,000 of you gone. A lot of you thought by email, but no. Britney may have ended the marriage via text, but she gave her thumbs a rest and sent the divorce papers in the post. Now, don't forget HQTs. This Sunday at 3 p.m, we've got a whopping £8,000 up for grabs. Yeah, we do. Come join us for our Sunday Roast special for your chance to win some major Wonga. You don't want to miss it. Who's ready for Q4? Which of these was originally designed to cover walls? Kitchen towel, Velcro, bubble wrap? Not really my taste in design, but whatever takes your fancy. 3 wallpaper selections that scream mental asylum, but which one was a completely sane choice in the 50s? Once you pop, you just can't stop because it's bubble wrap. Hours of fun you can have with that stuff. And we lost about 30 or 50% of you right there. 35,000 of you gone. 37,117 of you bubbling onwards. Originally designed as textured wallpaper, IBM were the first to use bubble wrap to protect fragile products. Q5, which of these is not a chest-opening yoga pose? Fish, camel, eagle. Hopefully not literally chest opening. You yogis out there will know there's some strong shapes to throw on the yoga mat, but which of these animals keeps its heart chakra to itself, looking nothing like its namesake? The eagle has landed here. Eagle, your winning answer, and a completely savage question here on Q5. Utterly, incredibly savage here on Q5. Astounding. We lost about 35,000 of our players here. 3,735 of you really taking off in the game now. The eagle pose involves balancing on one foot, something eagles do all the time while flying in the air. Right? Q6. Which of these models has featured in a Taylor Swift music video? Kate Moss, Cara Delevingne, Bella Hadid. Who's down with the Swiftie Girl Squad? Kate Moss has been in many music videos, but never one of Taylor's. The model making my eyebrows look anorexic, it's the lovely Cara Delevingne for the win here. 3,233 of you walking that runway to the next round. A talented model and actress, Cara has won Model of the Year at the British Fashion Awards 2 times, one for each eyebrow, of course. Q7. What was the first UK city to be named European Capital of Culture? Liverpool, Glasgow, Swansea. A prestigious title right there. European Capital of Culture. 3 buzzing cities, but who culturally conquered Europe first. The only city where pal is an insult is Glasgow. Glasgow for the win here on Q7. Another savage question. Here on Q7, 959 of you nailed it, though. Over 2,000 gone. Now, Glasgow held the trophy in 1990. Liverpool followed them in 2008. Swansea has yet to be crowned, but it's definitely on the cards, boyos. Q8. What is the setting for Roald Dahl's third and little-known Charlie Bucket story? Buckingham Palace, 10 Downing Street, White House. Yes, there was a third Charlie Bucket story. I hope you knew that. It's important here. Charlie survived a psychedelic chocolate factory and flew a glass elevator into space. Quite the anticlimax. He was going to end it with a visit to the White House. White House, your winning answer on Q8. Another savage one. More sausages. Sizzling ones at that. 162 of you survived the sausage. Now, Dahl was still working on it when he died, so it could have turned out less sucky than it sounds, because he was a genius after all. Q9. Which of these superheroes was not in the launch versions of video game Injustice 2? Poison Ivy, Captain Cold, Batgirl. Another one for you gamers here. God, I have a question for the gamers. The fighting game pit DC superheroes against each other, but who is supersitting this one out? Starring in the original, but not in the sequel, it's Batgirl. Batgirl is your answer. 83 of you got your capes at the ready. Leaving Batgirl out is pretty unfair, but when Superman loses to Aquaman, now that's injustice. It is. Q10. The official full title of which of these movies contains the most words? Dr. Strangelove, Master and Commander, Borat. Lots of words, wordy titles here. They're all a mouthful, but which full title barely fits on a poster with 13 words and almost as many roles for Peter Sellers? It's Dr. Strangelove. That's the answer we were looking for. 29 of you got that one right. Nothing strange about that. Master and Commander's full title contains 9 words, while Borat manages to squeeze 12 of them into that mankini. Q11, it's the penultimate round, players. Who was the only British PM in the last century to have held the 3 major state offices before entering number 10? John Major, James Callaghan, Winston Churchill. And quite the feat that is. They all got a brace, but who picked up the political hat trick here, leaving his thumbprint on the Chancellor, Home Secretary and Foreign Secretary's chairs? Is good old James Callaghan. That's the answer we were looking for, and 15 of you gave it to us. Hold on to your furniture, guys, because we are moving on to the final round. Just 15 players left in the game. £550 sterling up for grabs and those bragging rights. Who is about to take home the win? Q12. Which of these Olympic firsts took place when they were held in the Netherlands? First Olympic flame, first photo finish, first Olympic village. A trio of firsts. But which one is the right answer? The first here was the photo finish, making its flashy debut back in 1912. But wasn't that in Stockholm? Amsterdam had an Olympic village, but was it the first? Kicking up a gold medal-worthy gas bill in 1928 is the first Olympic flame for the win here on Q12. And we have 2 winners, my lovelies. From over 100,000 players down to just 2 winners. What an incredible win. Congratulations to our 2 winners. We've got D. Ringot and your boy HP, and both of you are taking home £275. A nice amount of cash on this Friday afternoon. What are you going to do with that money? You could get yourself a talking mirror, maybe, to shower yourself with compliments, get yourself some new eyebrows like Kara's or like mine. So much you can do with that money. Wow, another epic game, HQTs. That was a fun one. I'm Sharon Carpenter, and of course you can find me on the socials. You know where. Right here. That's where. I'll be back tonight at 9 p.m. for another chance for you to become £550 richer. So meet me back here then, okay? See ya. Bye.